Is dating today, in your opinion, harder than it's ever been?
I was friends with my boyfriend before we started dating, and I feel like that's a more natural transition than like seeing features on your screen and trying to make a decision based on like a list of things.
People just try and avoid things because I think they're scared to say things straight up.
One red flag and you're kind of like, oh, I could go find somewhere else. You don't need to have one person when you could have like 5.
Honestly, I don't know. I've had really bad luck. So everything. Like, I've been treated like shit.
I think a big part of it is because of social media.
People see a lot, they exposed to a lot. They're always looking for better.
Everyone is always looking for the best thing, and they always think something else is around the corner, and you almost have too much access to too many people.
After a marriage ends, both parties may feel hurt, confused, and uncertain about the future. However, when one person begins to thrive and embrace happiness after the breakup, while the other seems stuck in past feelings of resentment or regret, it can be difficult for the person who ended the relationship to accept. This situation can spark feelings of jealousy, frustration, or anger.
But there's something to be said about age and experience, life experience. A lot happens in your 20s, and things level out.
Getting
when you
ran
get
through
older.
in baggage and trauma.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
There's people with
men don't want
intelligence.
that.
We don't like
Men don't want that in a partner.
Then why aren't they
Experience,
wifing
no.
us early? Why are they running around town? Like, you know, if they don't want us ran through and baggage and trauma, why are they like they're waiting till like, how are we so at 20 I should be looking for 40-year-olds that are ready to settle? I don't know how to
not necessarily.
I don't know how it sounds like just a losing battle all around. If you look at it, it's like all the responsibilities.
But
like,
it depends on if you're a wife. All wives are found, always. If you're 20 years old and you're a wife, you're going to be found, period, in the story.
However, when someone finds happiness after a painful divorce, it is a powerful sign of healing and strength. The ex-husband has embraced a new chapter in his life, focusing on personal growth, passions, and well-being. This is not something to be angry about, but something to respect.
I am a divorced woman. I will tell you why the sex has stopped and why the dead bedroom has begun. You remind her too much of her small children. All day long, she's at home, can barely take a shower, brush her teeth, or take a shit in peace without somebody screaming and crying.
What gets me about this mindset is how the fuck do we emasculate your husband to the point that you're using and dangling sex in front of him like he's a fucking child, and then get mad at him for acting childlike, and basically if he's not on good behavior, he doesn't get a reward. I mean, let's be so for real. At this point, some of y'all just need to start a fucking color chart, and every time he's on blue or purple, which is good behavior, that means he can get some kind of sex, because that's how y'all treat it. Women will almost never acknowledge the part that they play in it, where they manipulate a man by dangling sex in front of him until they win him over, and then once they get settled in and real life happens, she stops having sex because she faked her entire personality to win you over. Only then, later on, she can use it against you and say that you're controlling her through sex, that you're coercing her, that you're forcing her, that you're not emotionally available, you're rude, you're selfish for initiating, even though she set the standard to begin with. Oh, right, but, you know, faking your entire personality and how much sex you want to have in a relationship just to win a man over isn't manipulative as fuck at all. Okay. And I don't know what woman needs to understand this, but if you're withholding sex to get your husband or your boyfriend to act a certain way, you're being manipulative as fuck, you're emasculating him, you're not making him happy in the relationship, and he's not going to do things for you if you're going to make him feel like shit. Okay, bye.
Life doesn't stop just because one chapter closes. People can heal, grow, and find happiness again, no matter how tough the road may have seemed at first. The ex-husband is not just moving on. He's flourishing by rediscovered himself, improving his health, and starting a new hobby or career path. Everyone should focus on reclaiming their life and finding their own path to joy and fulfillment after a breakup.
For a long time, I questioned if I would meet my person. I compared myself to my friends who had found amazing partners. Yet at 27, I had never experienced a satisfying relationship. Why couldn't I meet someone like they had? I became fiercely independent, took myself on dates, traveled all over the world, and built my own business. I surrounded myself with the things I loved and learned I didn't need to be in a romantic relationship to have a rich and satisfying life. At the same time, I began to see the cracks in my own facade. I had used my independence to mask the loneliness I felt deep within. I had told myself and others I didn't want to be with anyone, but the truth was I did. And I realized that this didn't have to come at the expense of my autonomy and independence. I was allowed to want it. After years of dating, I decided to give it another try. 3 weeks after my 28th birthday, I met Trevor on Bumble. Our relationship has been worth the wait. He is everything I could have hoped for in a partner. I'm thankful for the years I spent as a single girl and the lessons I learned. Now I'm on a new journey, the one where I learn to share my life with someone I love.
For the ex-wife, it may be difficult to accept that her ex-husband is happy, as she may have expected him to be, just as lost or broken as she felt in the aftermath of their split. However, happiness doesn't depend on anyone else's approval or validation. If he's genuinely happy, it means he's done the hard work of healing and moving forward. When a marriage ends, it's not the end of your story. It's a chance to rewrite the narrative, explore new opportunities, and reinvent yourself.
I will say this all day, every day. Men are way more attracted to women who give them peace than they are to beauty, money, fame, status, anything. Let me explain. And listen, I know the majority of the people that follow me are women, and some of you might get a little bit offended by this, but it's just the honest fucking truth. A lot of women use the we don't care what men want, we're gonna be who we are, and we're gonna talk about our feelings. Whatever. You can say whatever you want, but then you can also wonder why you're not in a relationship you want to be in, or why you always pick the assholes. How all of your exes are toxic, but you refuse to look at the way that you act, or the men that you're picking. Because some of you bitches be crazy, okay? I read my DMs. I know how it really goes. I will tell you that men will be attracted to having a peaceful woman over having a beautiful woman. Quit trying to be beautiful. Just be a peaceful fucking place. Let them be honest with you. Let them play their fucking video games. Let them go out with their boys. I just feel like women want to control shit all the time. They just want to control, control, control. And it's okay because we're working on it. But listen, you have to hear it sometimes. Because just try this, women. He wants to go out on a Saturday night with his boys to the bar. You just go, I hope you have so much fun. Babe, you look so good. Go out, have so much fun. It gets stress-free for him. And watch how fast he fucking comes back. Guess what? He's gonna go out with his boys and he's gonna be like, damn, my girl made me feel real good. I just want to get back to her. Men love peaceful women. They just do. They're attracted to peace. When they can find someone that can finally just be peaceful for them and it's not just someone nagging and bitching at them all the goddamn time, yeah, they're gonna want to stick around. I know men have their faults and they're kind of pieces of shit sometimes. This is just a video for the women to tell you that you're kind of pieces of shit sometimes also. Okay? Listen. We're all faulty. You know I fucking love you.
Sometimes the best growth happens after a challenging time. The ex-husband is an example of someone who took control of his life and was not letting bitterness or regret hold him back. The key is to focus on your own journey and not compare your healing process to anyone else's. If your ex seems to be moving on more quickly than you, it's okay to feel a mix of emotions, but it's also important to understand that his happiness doesn't diminish yours. In fact, it can serve as a powerful reminder that life moves forward, and so should we. And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.